our last thing that we're gonna get on real quick, little NBA.
Oh yeah,
talk a little hoops, right? Got to talk a little hoops.
Sure,
Got to talk a little hoops. But with hoops, where we want to start first, man?
Bucks are done.
Yeah,
that's where we could start.
We could definitely start there. Bucks are 100% done. Like they're doing this.
The East might be done.
No Harden. Scary.
Is this secretly one of the greatest teams of all time, and we just haven't realized it?
We're here already.
I am. Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
Cow.
The East is over. They're going into the finals. I don't know who's gonna stop them, dude.
We're here already.
Did they lose a game in the first round? They did. They lost one to Celtics.
Yeah.
That might be it for them. I think 15-1 maybe.
Okay.
I'm going there. Dude, it's over.
Okay.
It's over. I mean,
they can score it anyway. They outscore.
Depending on what team comes out of the West, maybe they'll grab a game or two. Yeah. I think it's over.
I like it though. Well, this is my thing. Are you one of those people that are against what the Nets did? Because, a lot of people are saying that this could be bad for NBA as a whole. Worse than what LeBron and worse than what KD did initially going to Golden State. All right.
It's not worse than KD going to Golden State. I'll tell you that.
Like that's definitely the worst, right? It has to be the worst.
Yeah.
Because they're saying like this goes against.
They just made an amazing trade for Harden. I don't know. It was mainly just KD and Kyrie teaming up. Which is fine.
Harden kind of dictating, like, he's ready to roll. He's going to do what he does. And he got his ability to go here to Brooklyn.
The Rockets are the one that made the worst trade.
They did.
I don't think that's on Harden. I think initially all it was KD and Kyrie teaming up. KD was out for the whole first year too. So it was like, this wasn't a guarantee.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a different story too if, they had Karis LeVert. They didn't make the James Harden trade. It might be a little tougher, but for them to pull off that James Harden, it's just being smart. So I'm not that much against it. I mean, LeBron and AD joining the Lakers, that happened recently.
Yeah.
So, like, how are we going to compare those two situations?
I agree. Yeah.
It's not. I mean, LeBron went to LA, but then they traded for AD. So that's two duos teamed up. We saw it with Kawhi and Paul George. We've been seeing it around the league.
Well, we kept saying two. This is three.
That's what I mean, though.
That's what makes it a little bit different.
They teamed up initially.
Yeah.
As them two. They didn't know they were getting James Harden.
Or did they?
I don't think they did.
Or did
I get what you're saying, but I didn't think they did. And KD was out that whole first year, so that was a full year that they were going to have to just basically throw to waste. So, hey, good things come to those that are patient. Yeah. Good things come to those who wait, and this might be the best team.
But
one of the best teams of all time.
You don't think anybody is touching them, huh? You don't think the Bucks can
not even
Kawhi.
Game here? Not even Kawhi, dude.
Okay, what about 76ers? Joel Embiid?
No, it's over, dude.
Embiid,
I'm just telling it's over, dude.
MVP candidate, man.
They're all playing like KD's on another level. Blake Griffin's actually doing some shit. Kyrie
Griffin had a double like the other day. I'm like, bro, where did this come from?
And like you said, this is without James Harden. Like Kyrie's playing amazing, KD's playing amazing.
Yeah.
And then James Harden's playing probably his best basketball ever.
Well, when he comes back, and I'm glad also when they said with the hammy, they said that it wasn't a re-injury necessarily because they were saying that he still, if they needed him to play, he could go out there. So I do like that a lot. It just seems like because they're absolutely just trashing the Bucks that they're not going to rush him. So hopefully he doesn't play in that series. Hopefully
they'll lose next round. He'll lose to the 76ers.
Oh man,
we could pull up this take on like freezing cold takes or something. No
man. So
are you with me? You think the Nets? You think it's over?
I don't think it's over, but it is funny though. So Ancient Ox says that the Nets. He says my Nets will still win the chip without Harden. Now what you mean your Nets? Huh?
Oh my God.
Now it's your Nets. Come on, man. We can't. Y'all got to stop this, man. It's no different when all these Warrior fans came out when KD went there. Oh, my Warriors. Y'all got to stop this, man. All right. I'm calling y'all out. Man, y'all don't believe you was no Nets fan before this, man. John Doe says Nets are winning me money. Yeah, this is very factual. Yes. If you know what you know. Yes, indeed.
John Doe, the West looks interesting. I agree. The West looks interesting.
Yeah. I ain't gonna
lie, East doesn't, though.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah,
call me a prisoner of the moment, but since he's come back, they've looked just different. I mean, you think about what Ja Morant did was that game 1 where he set out and he went crazy, and we're just like, whoa, all right, well maybe Memphis is going to do something here, bro. Since Donovan Mitchell has come back, they're just night and day. They were already a good team, but he is that X factor. He is that one that can create off the dribble. Man, watching him in the end of that game versus the Clippers, bro, it was a point where it was just like, if he wants to score right now, Nobody is stopping him. Not Kawhi, not PG-13. Nobody. I like that type of energy, man.
Now, what do you
he's
think?
not afraid of the moment.
Do you have them in the series, you think?
Who?
Over the Clippers?
I do. Yeah, I like him over.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Kawhi's definitely regretting passing that ball to Morris?
Bro, why did he pass the ball to Morris?
I think he was just going to get it back. Maybe it was like a movement type of thing.
No, man. I was not a fan of that. But shoot. Didn't he? I thought
Paul George
Kawhi passed it to George, and then George passed it back to Kawhi, and then Kawhi passed it to Morris. So I'm like, bro, he passed it twice. He passed it twice.
I'm good with George. Was heating up a little bit at that point, although he didn't have a good game, but he
just hit the three.
He hit some nice clutch shots.
Yeah.
But then, why didn't Kawhi just do the same thing he did against the Mavs? Little crossover, little step back three. That's it. It's that simple. Seriously. He was having a good game, too.
I said either that or I would have liked PG when he had got the ball to just went ahead and shot that three because he had space as well. And he had just hit one from that
Marcus
same
Morris,
area.
The last person you want chucking up that ball. Because even Luke Kennard was having like kind of a good game. Mm-hmm. Some of their other bench players, but Marcus Morris, man, come on. Rudy Gobert just happened to be there too. That's a bad combo.
And then they just made it even that much better. It's like, oh, this is why Rudy Gobert is just the reigning defending player of the year. Like, this is what he does. I was like, no, this is a terrible possession right here, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's horrible, the best way to put it.
Horrible. Like, but it was more so because Kawhi passed it off. Like, Kawhi, you don't need to pass that. You take that shot, man.
I'm leaning Clippers for that one. Just probably because of Kawhi. That's about it. But all your points are about Jazz might have the better team, like depth wise. But I just like Kawhi. I like the star power. And if Paul George can
but you don't think I feel like Donovan Mitchell is right up there with Kawhi in terms of star power. Like Donovan was 45 of them last night. He don't care about anything y'all talk about. He don't care about none of that. He said Kawhi clog, your mama call. It don't matter. He getting buckets. That's what he does.
Kawhi the better two-way player.
Yes, definitely the better two-way player.
Mitchell's and I've seen Kawhi do it though.
Mitchell's the better scorer. You've seen him do it in very advantageous situations though. Because if we bring up the finals in Toronto were very advantageous for him.
That's still really impressive.
It was still very advantageous for him. And that finals, once Klay went down and KD was down.
I've not only seen it there though.
And you're gonna say San Antonio? No, San Antonio was a stag team as well.
I'll say it even these playoffs. Like that. That was crazy. Go down 2-0 like that. Let them over the Mavericks. Not too much help. And his team wasn't giving him shit in that game 6.
Okay, all right. I just the way that I don't know, man. I feel like Donovan Mitchell is up there, bro. Offensively, Donovan Mitchell, I like him better.
Is this becoming a bet here? Not now. I'm just saying. Is this let's say the Clippers win the next game. It starts to get to the game 6, 7.
We'll see. I know you're heavy better. I know that. I like to do bets where I know I can dictate stuff. That's why I use the apps, because with the apps is more so, all right, over under this points, over under that points. It's more strategic. Just winning and loss. That's basic, man. It's it's a lot that goes into those. Yeah.
Hey, I'll take Nets if you wanna do. Any bets
you will.
With that.
You'll take Nets. Okay.
Just want to throw that.
And I'll take the fill. That what you want?
Oh, you want to do that? I'll do that for the championship.
But I'm just saying, like I see what you're going with this thing.
I'll do game by game too. Whatever you want to do. I'll just. I got the Nets though.
Okay, every time game by game. All right.
I'm locked in.
Okay, all right. We'll see. I know you're very overzealous, and that's why you've lost eyebrows and lost all type of other stuff in the process.
I know that's what happens.
You can't help yourself.
You come in guns blazing. You can't help yourself. It comes back to haunt you.
I'm over here trying to help you out. I'm trying. Let me help you.
You think Metro would make?
Let me help
foolish?
You, because you were on that same energy with Golden State that year as well, and then what happened?
They got hurt.
Exactly, and then what did you end up losing, right? That's all I'm saying.
That's my excuse though.
It doesn't matter. It still was a loss.
Screwed me.
Yeah, it still was a loss. That's all I'm saying. Like, so just before you start saying I'm taking them game by game for here on. I mean, it's literally game 2 of the second round.
Nets.
Like, just think you got 2 more games at least, right? And then who knows after that? Like, it's a lot that can happen in that time. Nobody thought Harden would go down. If I'd have asked you this 2 weeks ago, man, heck yeah, Harden goes down. It changed a little bit, but now we're seeing they still can get it done. But just easy, man, easy, big fella.
Oh,
easy, man.
You think this is just like a blanket statement where it's like game 6 and round 3, you could just pull this out? Like Nets are looking bad. You're like, hey, I want to take the net or go against the Nets where I have to say yes because I make this statement. Which would be hilarious.
That's my thing, man.
Which would be hilarious.
Yeah.
I would have to sign something for that though to make that a deal.
Oh, Oh, you'd have to sign something to make it.
That's a good point, though. Maybe I should hold off.
Yeah, just brave a little
It's
bit,
over.
man.
The Nets are gonna win. I'm saying it right now.
I like the Nets in it though, man. I like it. Now, Alex Smith, shout out to Alex right here for the contribution as well. He says, off topic, but can we get 7 for an interview? Definitely, man. We're working on getting that. But the thing with 7, along with the other quarterbacks, are they, number one, have shows that they are mandatory to do, right? We know when Ben had his show, that's the only show he would do. Along with, they don't speak to the media just freely like that. It's typically under controlled circumstances, and rightfully so, because we aren't like this, but a lot of media outlets are like this, where if they can get their quarterbacks on, they want them to say something janky, or they're going to try to, I mean, we know this is how it happens. And I tell you this because these are the conversations that I have continually with my people over there at the Steelers about the quarterbacks and things like that. Not just Ben, but all of them. But that is a big part of why we technically haven't had a quarterback on with us just yet. That's the big reason why. So yeah, a little behind the scenes, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's the thing, because, you know, obviously they're going to have your ESPN, your First Takes, and they have like deals through the NFL where it's like mandatory. All right, we're going to get these players, however, et cetera, et cetera. But after that is very controlled, and they keep those guys in the best
Like
position.
you said, rightfully so.
Yeah, because I mean, how quick could
You
it
gotta
be?
be smart about it. Yeah.
Hey, Mason, say this real quick, and then somebody goes out here and blasts and talks reckless.
Well, yeah, because I remember when
yeah.
Mason, when was it, in the 2019 when
Mhm.
he got called to be the starter week 3 right there.
Mhm.
Like, he would have been the hottest interview in
Yeah,
town, but I don't
seriously.
think he did anything outside of like your typical press conferences
Yep.
after the game.
That's it. Yeah.
Same with Duck too.
Yeah, even think Ben. You don't hear from Ben every day. You hear from Ben once a week, or whatever his speaking day is, and everybody joins to hear him speak on that day. But it's a controlled message. Like that's the big thing though with the quarterbacks, and more importantly with 7. You think we talk about that with Mason? It's even bigger with him. So that's the big thing with that. But we're working on it. Trust me on this. All right. And where were we at? We were still talking basketball, right? We had the Jazz and, oh man, what was the other game that was out there?
Sixers, Hawks.
Yeah, that's what it was. Sixers and Hawks, man. What you think about them, man?
76ers are probably going to win that. Because I think how they ended that game 1, it looked like they had all the momentum. They were just botching up a little bit. And then you saw in game 2 that they took care of business there. Yeah. I think they're just going to be a little too much for the Hawks. Hawks are on a nice run. Like they definitely
and Trae Young
outperformed what they should have this season. Yeah, but I think 76ers are going to be a little too much.
I love Embiid's game. I'm also glad that it's just becoming more and more evident as the playoffs continue, as the seasons continue on, who the most important person is on that roster and who you should build around versus, you know, who you might want to just think about saying the shoe and bring somebody else in.
Yeah, I guess shooting's a factor with that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Embiid can shoot, though.
Yeah.
It's good to have a superstar that can shoot and can, do it all.
I mean, they're doing hack-a-sim. Like, that's just bad.
It's terrible.
It's not good.
It's not a good look, bro. That is terrible look.
They were probably almost thinking about doing that for Doncic.
Which is bad, bro. That, like, when they get to that part, man, you're just like, oh, yeah, this is rough. Anytime you get hack-a-shack treatment, like you should never want the hack-a-shack treatment. That's
if you're a center or something like that, you get it, but
it's not a compliment.
If you're supposed to be an all-star,
right? That's the thing. Like,
and point guard.
And LeBron said you were next up. Remember that he said that Ben was supposed to be the next up. It's looking like Jason Tatum might be next up. But yeah, man, it's not a good look, bro.
Nah, yeah, they're gonna win the series though, in my opinion.
Who?
76ers.
Oh, Sixers. I like Trae. I feel like Trae gonna do something, man.
He's gonna have some moments. I think the 76ers are too much though. Just defensively overall.
See, I'm worried about Embiid. I feel like, all right, Embiid, are you gonna is it gonna body gonna break down?
I was gonna say he's doing this all on a bum knee right now.
Absolutely. So I just feel like the longer the series goes, the more it benefits Atlanta because Embiid is gonna continue to break down. I mean, you can see him right now when he goes over to the sideline, like he's dealing with it, and that plays a factor.
Yeah, if he goes down, they're screwed.
Yeah, no question. Oh yeah, if he goes down, it's all the way over. But I just think like still is interesting. I'm not like, the way we feel about the Nets. I don't think I feel as confident about either of these teams in this series right here.
Yeah, that's fair. That's definitely a good point.
But yeah, I like it. And then you had your Suns. Where's Manuel? I know he wanted to talk Suns in here, right? I know that's his squad. And yeah, Monty Williams did get snubbed for that Coach of the Year. I did see that, man. And shout out to Jokic too, man. First Denver Nuggets to win MVP. Shout out. I didn't even realize that he was the first one, but I was like, yeah.
I think he was deserving.
Yeah, well, because between the injuries, I didn't think that Embiid played enough because obviously he had missed time.
LeBron was in the mix.
Yeah, but Bron missed that large chunk at the end of the year. I thought Curry, I liked Curry a lot, but I don't know if it maybe was the slow start. I thought Curry balled out all year though.
But Jokic to get that team, what were they, the 3 or 4 seeds, something like that, with Jamal Murray's injury and just how good he played. Yeah, just give it to Jokic.
Yeah, so
Greek Freak would have been in the mix. Like his numbers were crazy, but I think people were just done giving him the MVP.
And Manuel, in terms of Karl Malone and John Stockton, Malone has won it, but they were the Jazz. Remember, with Jokic, she's with the Nuggets, so that was the difference. No Nugget player has won it. That's all. But to take that team, like you said, with no Jamal Murray, that's crazy. That was crazy. I personally, I liked Embiid a lot. I wanted him to be healthy because I think
he was probably the front runner before he got hurt.
And I think he's the most deserving. Like the dude, his story, the injuries he's had to overcome, the trust in the process. It was one of those, like, it would have felt good to see him get it, but you can't hate on Joker getting that done, man. Like you said, he's a beat, and he's showing up in the postseason too. It's not like some of these MVPs where they get him in the regular season and then come postseason time, you're like, where is he at? Who's that guy? It's not like that, so we're good.
Yeah. That series, probably Suns. I guess I'm giving my takes on all these series. Probably Suns, yeah.
Suns, oh man.
CP, Devin Booker. I think they're just gonna be a little too much, man. And I think that showed. Like Denver kept it close most of that game, but then
D Book looks nice too.
Yeah, Suns just really carried that away in the fourth.
Yeah. And I feel like when I was watching CP3 also, he just seems like he's playing more loose now. Whereas like I thought in that series with the Lakers, the pressure of it being the Lakers and obviously
maybe even the
that,
injury, I don't know.
Yeah, like he just looked like he was tight. Didn't look like he was playing as freely. Looked like he was definitely a lot more stressed about it. Whereas I think because he got past that LA hump, which we knew was the big deal in the West, barring health more than anything, but we knew that was going to be a big deal. It just seems like them as a whole, they look way more relaxed in this series right here.
Yeah, definitely.